We're minding our P's and Q's, aren't we?
We absolutely
are, because as a man you wouldn't want to mess with.
No, only 7 people in the world today hold the highest rank in judo, known as the 10th Dan, and one of them is with us now.
Hello, George. George Kerr, President of the British Judo Association. 72, are you OK with us mentioning? Oh, well, it just have.
It's a thing I'm very proud of, actually.
Good, good, and congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed, I appreciate that.
Only a handful of people in the world, as we were saying, what is it, 7 people have reached
7
your level?
7 people living at this moment in time, yes.
Wow.
And I know them all.
You know them all. So how did you get there? Tell us about how it works, because you start going through the colours, don't you? You start with a white belt.
Yes, I mean, black belt, it goes white, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown. Black is what they call first Dan, and first Dan runs from 1 to 5, and then at 6, 7 and 8 it changes to a red and white belt, and then from 9th and 10th Dan is the colour I'm wearing now, which is red.
Okay.
So you've gone full circle, as it were, because some time ago they used to start the kids off with a red belt, and so you come full circle, as it were. You know?
How do you qualify for the 10th Dan? Because at certain grades you have to compete for, don't you?
Yes, up until 5th Dan. 5th Dan's are really a competitive grade, and to get up to the higher ranks, you've got to compete it in various games, the Olympics. In my case, it was the European Championships, the World Championships, etc. And you just go up the scale from there, and it all depends on what you've done as well. I mean, I spent 4 years. I won a scholarship to go to Japan. I was there for 4 years and 3 months in the late 50s, early 60s. I also refereed the Olympic Games in 72 and 76 in Montreal. And, you know, and I was chairman of my association, the British Judo Association.
So is it more of an honorary thing after you get past the 5th Dan?
Yeah, oh, yes. Well, up till about 8th Dan, you really have to perform various exercises, shall we say. There's various what they call katas, which you have to perform to make sure that you're aware of everything, or all the aspects of judo.
Now, you say you won a scholarship to study judo in Japan in the 50s.
57.
I wouldn't have imagined in Scotland there were very many people doing judo.
I think I was the only one.
Were you?
No, I wasn't. No, obviously what had happened, I took up judo when I was about 8 years old, and I practiced judo in Edinburgh, and I came to I was recognised by a gentleman called Trevor Leggett, who was one of the chief instructors at a club called the Budokai, which is in Gilston Road, London. I think it's still there today. And I went down. This was the club to go to. Yeah. And I went down, and he was quite taken by me, or my enthusiasm. And I won a scholarship from that club to go every 6 weeks to London to have personal instruction. And it was during that period that he suggested I might want to go and study in Japan.
And it took 4 weeks by boat, didn't it,
yes,
to get there?
Yes, it did.
Amazing.
Indeed.
Now you run a thriving judo class in
Yes,
in
I stopped actually. I stopped my club several years ago, but missed it so much that I love teaching children. I love teaching children. It's quite interesting that your previous guest was talking about child protection and so forth and so on. And this is one thing that judo can give children. It gives them confidence, and it teaches them to look after themselves.
And do they wrestle you to the ground?
Most of the time, yes.
I was going to say, can you hold your own against them now?
Not very often.
Not very often.
What is the defining quality of judo as opposed, say, to karate or aikido?
They're all associated, really. The Bushido, which is the art of the samurai, what the samurais used to practice, and they practiced all the different martial arts, which were all really one at one time, Bill, all one. But judo came later on. It was jiu-jitsu at first, and jiu-jitsu is comprised of aikido moves, which is wrist locks and punches and kicks, and it all was one sort of big sport, as it were. Not sport, but big art that these samurais had to learn. And eventually, as it came on in the 18th century, 19th century, eventually they split up into different actual martial arts. I don't refer to judo as a martial art. I refer to it as an Olympic sport. Okay. But you know, everyone refers to it as a martial art, so I never get
no danger of you stopping now at the age of 72?
Could you imagine getting up in the morning and having nothing to do? Probably, as you get up, probably at 4 o'clock in the morning, you would enjoy that. You would enjoy that. But no, I don't work like I used to work, obviously, but I enjoy working. I mean,
good for you.
You know, I think it's. I think it keeps you young.
And you're teaching the young. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you, George.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, BBC News Channel has the latest news from home and abroad, and they'll have more on the Toyota story, of course.
The recall of the Prius, it affects 8,500 cars here in the UK. Here, we're talking to the actress Helen Baxendale, whose new film, which she produced as well as starred in, is being billed as a climate change comedy. She'll be here with one of the stars. You see him there, Stephen Mangan, just after 9.
First, let's get news, travel and weather, where you are, back in a couple of minutes.